Hey everybody, welcome back for my recent vinyl finds. I like my other two vinyl finds videos. Found some really nice stuff, and so it should be a good video. But I've decided to change it up a little bit. I've been saving the best stuff that I found for last, but I noticed that I loaded up like a two-part video last time, and only about like 2/3 of the people continuing on to the second video, and that's really where I showed some of the best stuff that I found, kind of, you know, the dessert of the video last. So for you people that don't continue on, that get kind of bored after watching too long of a video, I'll show some of the better stuff first. Excuse me. Anyways, yeah. The other thing I was gonna say is that I just wanted to thank the people that have been subscribing to me, and also the people that are, well, especially the people that have been subscribing and commenting on my videos. I really appreciate it. It's nice to know that people are enjoying what you're showing and have similar tastes. Just like other people getting excited about the same music you're getting excited, and it's nice to know that people are watching and getting feedback. Sure, you see like the view counters, but nice getting the comments in the video as well. Okay, well, might as well get started. I'm gonna start with the stuff that I bought in record stores first. First up, Baby Huey Story, The Living Legend. Fantastic records, so good. Like to thank in particular Bostonian Reggie. Showed this, might be like, it's a while ago, so like maybe about like 8 months ago, almost a year. I don't know when exactly. Might be shorter than that or longer than that. Well, not longer than a year, but anywhere from 6 months to a year. Anyways, I'm rambling. He showed this record, and what he said about it, and the cover intrigued me a lot, so I decided to check it out, and really liked what I heard. So I'd been keeping my eye out for an original, and looking around for original, because I didn't do like any research on the record or anything, and turns out that this is actually pretty rare to find. And so this week, earlier in the week, early last week, I found this in a record store for cheap, new, and couldn't pass on it because first of all, because I'm really lacking in my soul and funk in my collection, and second of all because I've just wanted it for a really long time. Anyways, Baby Huey, or James Ramey, yeah, which was his real name, of course, started making this album, and unfortunately, or tragically, he passed away before finishing it. You can see on the back he was a big boy, and passed away from natural causes. Really tragic, but he made one hell of an album before passing away. And by that, well, he didn't really complete this because he died before finishing it, and some of the tracks on here are just instrumentals by his backing band, the Babysitters, and really tight, like really good funk band. And anyways, enjoyed the hell out of this. I knew I was gonna like it a lot, but when I got it at the beginning, or I guess mid last week, I I just couldn't stop playing it. It's so good. Mostly covers on here. Curtis Mayfield produced this album for him, so he does, and he does some Curtis Mayfield songs on here. Not Curtis Mayfield himself, Baby Huey, and he does like his version of "A Change Is Gonna Come." Sam Cooke's song, of course, is really good. I like it even better than Sam Cooke's original, and I mean that's a tough thing to say when that amazing of a song, but for me anyways, this version's just out of this world amazing. Okay, the second thing I wanted to say is that to thank Anders in Stockholm. That was really cool seeing you be inspired by my video and enough to post your own collection of Charles Mingus stuff. Like I of course showed my for those that you don't know or might have missed Anders in Stockholm video, in my previous video, Recent Vinyl Finds, I found a really nice copy of Blues and Brutes, and Anders in Stockholm showed his whole Mingus collection. Wow, just really great collection from an amazing artist. Anyways, and feeling off of that, Derek showed some of his showed his Charles Mingus collection, and then on top of like Secco Funk showed his collection, so that was just really cool. That one, just one like record that I happened to find, that to see that people are watching and vibing off of what you're showing and inspired enough to share their collection. Anyways, in Anders in Stockholm video, one of the records that he showed in his collection was this one, Mingus, just Mingus, self-titled, called Mingus, on Candid. And I mentioned to Anders in his video that this was in my local record store for about a month, and it was like I had almost picked it up a couple times, but I passed on it because it's a little pricey. But and partially because this isn't a stupid reason, but it wasn't like I'd never heard anything off of here, and I knew it wasn't one of his most like acclaimed albums ever. So I kind of like price and just not hearing too much about this album. I didn't know if it would just be like, a straightforward jazz album, like good but nothing great. And so I passed on it, but just seeing the Mingus videos and stuff and just made me want it all the more. And then listening to, I went on prior to getting the Baby Huey album, like in about Wednesday or Thursday last week or something, I just been playing my Mingus stuff over and over again, rediscovering the stuff in my collection that I hadn't listened to in a short while. It hadn't been that long, but just his stuff is he was an amazing man, and his compositions are just on another level. So I did a little more research too, like seeing Anderson and stuff, and seeing Anders show this, I started looking for the tracks, and there's I think every track's on YouTube, and was really digging the music I was hearing. And also, like, I didn't even know, or I did the first time, or so, one of the times that I first saw this album, saw that Eric Dolphy was on it, and that made me really want it, because Eric Dolphy's probably my second favorite jazz musician, right after John Coltrane, who's just my all-time favorite musician. But I love Mingus and stuff, but yeah, Eric Dolphy is just a true love of mine. And after buying this, don't regret it for a second. Been playing it quite a bit. Actually, some other albums that I've purchased have been neglected because this one's been getting a lot of play. It's just a very strong avant-garde jazz album. First track takes up all of side A. It's called MDM, and those letters stand for Monk, Duke, Mingus, because he takes three songs from each of those artists, well, two artists and himself, and kind of molds them together. It actually pulls it off quite well. And Stormy Weather on opens up side 2, and features Eric Dolphy most prominently, and so you can't go wrong with that. And I really love that track. And then Lock 'Em Up's really good too. Two favorites are probably the first two tracks, but all very good. And yeah, avant-garde jazz is if it's done well, I always find it really interesting and stuff. Like rather than the classic jazz things like some of the hard bop and like early bebop and stuff. If the musicians aren't feeling really inspired, they can make a really good album, but almost formulaic in a way. I'll show you later on like an example album of that. That's just kind of treading through the motions, but getting off track. That record though, an amazing album. Oh yeah, and by the way, Yes Anders, as far like the guy, I was told in the store that is the original label, and so this is a first pressing, and you have a first pressing as well, Candid. Anyways, just so glad I was pushed to pick that up, because I never know when I'm gonna see that again. Probably not for a long time, if ever. And that one's in perfect shape. Anyways, another album that I picked up in the store is Eric Dolphy, the Memorial album. This one had been in there for about a week. I was just praying that nobody was going to pick it up, because I was able to resell some of the stuff that I picked up at garage sales enough to pick up this album. And I'm so glad it was still there. Like I said, Eric Dolphy, second favorite jazz musician of all time. He's just his playing is so different than any other artist, and like his bass clarinet, flute, or saxophone. He plays both of them in his own style. Very strong playing. Very strong musician in the sense that like technique and stuff. He was very good. Anyways, I'd never heard of prior to seeing this. Never heard of this album. I'd heard of there's another Memorial album that I forget the name of it. It's like called like Eric Dolphy with Booker Irwin, I think it is, or Irvin. Oh, I don't know, I'm screwing that up. But anyways, Memorial album or something like that. And that one, I really love that album, and I would love to find that, but I never, I didn't know too much about this, and I tried researching it, and I couldn't find all that much on it. Anyways, this is on. Oops, I'll just take it out. VJ Records. So it's not every day that you see jazz albums on VJ. Well, I don't even see, like, I don't know. I don't see really anything on VJ ever, or nothing that I'm not interested in. Anyway. But 4 songs on here, all standards. Opens up with Jitterbug Waltz, and first time I bought this, I wasn't too sure how I felt about Jitterbug Waltz. But on subsequent listens and stuff, really started digging that song. It's actually very good, and probably my second favorite song on this album. And then does Music Matador. But my favorite song on here is Alone Together, and it's just Eric Dolphy on bass clarinet and Richard Davis on bass. And I really love that stripped down, like, you can, without taking away from one musician, because you know, like in all songs, in a lot of songs, when great songs and stuff, you're trying to listen to every musician and stuff and appreciating the whole music, like, sound coming out. But it's really cool just hearing two instruments prominently. And it's almost like, I want to say, like a little bit in the way of John Coltrane's Interstellar Space, which I also have. Oh yeah, crap. The reason this big hole in my shelf is here is because I started filming showing my Impulse collection, and never got around to finishing those videos. So eventually I'm gonna post my Impulse collection. So those of you interested in that, it'll be posted sometime in June. I think I'll get it up. Anyways, yeah, in the sense that, like, Interstellar Space is just stripped down to, you know, John Coltrane with Rashid Ali. This is different, obviously, because different plane and not free. He definitely makes the song his own, because I didn't know, like, I never heard other versions of Alone Together, but I just wanted to hear what the original, or maybe not original, but some of the other recorded versions sounded like. So I've looked up and played a couple other versions, like recorded versions, and yeah, but this is by far the best version that I've heard, and Eric Dolphy on bass clarinet, and really great, and Richard Davis backing him up in the background with just his bass. So anyways, if you see this, well worth picking it up. You can't go wrong with Eric Dolphy. One thing cool thing too is you know, Eric Dolphy's on that Mingus album I just showed, but I read a while ago that I think the first time Eric appeared on album with Mingus was in 1960, but they actually started playing together in the 40s, like 1940s, like, so their history together goes back that far. And when they first started playing together, Eric Dolphy was still in high school, so that's really cool. I forget what it was. I think it was in a book or something on Eric Dolphy that I read, but well, I didn't read the whole book. It was in a library when I was there. And anyways, it was saying it's surprising that they hadn't been recorded up until 1960 together, because of how far back their history goes. Anyways, so I'm already at 20 minutes. I apologize, guys, for these such long videos. It's just that I really wanna like speak about the albums that I'm showing, and you know, if you like it, that's great. I'm still gonna do it regardless if you don't. But yeah, I just like talking about the albums and maybe sharing my 2 cents or what little I know about them. Anyways, this is probably gonna have to be cut sometime. I don't think I can load up videos longer than 20 minutes.